I'm Dick Marquis, Richard Marquis. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I've been 30 years on Whidbey Island. The last few years I've been working on this process called granularity, which is this lumpy, Italian lumpy ware. And that's what I've been working on the last few years, and that's what I'm sort of concentrating on here at the museum.
And here we go. Rolling up the marini around that glass tube.
This has every color I've got over there, so it's a compatibility test. It's actually making something I need.
Okay.
So, yeah. That'd be the clear. Yeah, I think it'll only probably be like this size. Granular in Italian means granular or lumpy. And what it is like this piece here, it's some hard glass, hard white glass surrounded by a soft glass of another color. And when you blow it out, it just becomes bumpy. It's sort of like blowing chewing gum with BBs in it, and the BBs stay hard, and that's what I've been working with for a long time. And then it's something that's not exactly pretty. That's one reason I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
Very odd object, like a studded tire.
Yeah.
All my whole life I've collected things, and I've never had enough money to collect really nice things. So I sort of have this collection of beat up objects that I like to arrange and play with. And sometimes I try to make something that's really lowbrow, try to turn into a more of a highbrow item. It's hard to tell by some of the shapes I make that I actually know a lot about classic forms, because I've been there and done that, and now I'm interested in doing these more like primitive shapes, primitive forms. Okay, these guys are very cartoony. They're called cartoon cars, and they just sort of developed from some of the other work I did.
And here we go. Get our visiting artist, Mr. Richard Marquis.
I don't want to make anything here that I can't make myself. So I'm sort of limiting the scale I'm working at, and I'm just trying to streamline a couple of processes I've been working on and experiment with a couple other shapes I'm interested in. And I've only made one of these things before putting it together hot. And so, and it was really hard to do, so I'm trying to streamline that process and see if we get 2 or 3 good ones. That's the most important thing. Then I'm making some other shapes that I'm interested in working with later. I won't finish anything here at the museum. It'll all be taken back to my shop, and I'll add things to it, and I'll knock back the shiny glass and make it duller, and just sort of, I'm not sure what I'll do with them.
Hot torch it, or?
No, let's just sort of see what happens. Okay, now we'll torch that area.
Okay.
Good. I spent the last 9 days at my shop making the cane, preparing for this. And if we were really efficient and went really fast, we'd go through it all in 3 days. And I don't want to go through it in 3 days. I want it to last a while. It looks good. Somebody should suit up. So we're going to sort of, make sure we make really nice ones. Very nice job, yeah. Nice job.
The curtain of darkness is falling, and my friends are all here at my side. Are those the sweet voices of angels as I rise on that heavenly tide? all hearts overflowing with sadness, and those words left so often unsaid. And then I heard a voice whispering softly, could I have all your stuff when you're dead? Could I have all your outboards and ladders, the enamel signs out on the wall, the catcher's mitts, matchbooks and anvils, blow torches and tinfoil ball. You won't need those English setters with your toes pointed up to the sky, the meat grinders, puzzles and chemistry sets. Could I have all your stuff when you die? It was the voice of that old rascal Satan, who is kneeling down close by my side. Garage sale Bob looking over his shoulder, and I hope that I hadn't yet died. Those souls are my biggest collection, he said with a gleam in his eye. But you could go in the other direction if I could have all your stuff when you die. Would you give me the convict and tramp board, the granite ware lanterns and sleds, the boxing gloves, tools, and your records, just the Beatles, the Stones, and the Dead? You know that you can't take it with you to your heavenly home on high. Oh, when you pass through those gates and they hand you your wings, could I have all your stuff when you die? But the angels consulted St. Peter, said, Pete, hear the word of the Lord. I'll trade Dick and his red-headed widder for the Porsche and that 30